Hello Sagittarius. Great to have you here. My name is Shauna. Today's reading is a general love forecast for November 2025. As always, take the messages that resonate and release anything that doesn't. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay connected with upcoming readings. Let's see what's headed your way, Sagittarius.
Earlier, and this card fell out. It is the Five of Cups in reverse, and this card is indicative of change, moving on from a troublesome situation or from a really hurtful situation. With it in reverse, it's actually very good because you're actually implementing the changes this week, okay? So that's a very good start for this month. And let me get the other 8 cards laid out. I have the Star in reverse, Justice in reverse, Knight of Wands reverse, 10 of Pentacles upright, the 10 of Cups in reverse, the Tower upright, the 10 of Swords in the upright position, and the Strength in the reverse position. I'm going to pull out one more card here. Lover. Okay, that's not satisfactory. So, ooh, okay. So let's see here. Wow, I just, and I don't know if it's the Valentine's Day situation in which we have a cheating spouse, or if it's just Mercury in retrograde where things are coming to light. So I just feel this massive, immense energy where people are doing things they're not supposed to be doing, and then they get caught, and then their actions affect the people that love them. So it's just a very horrible, oh gosh, it's so, and I'm seeing this so prevalently for so many signs, okay? So let's start from the beginning. Okay. I want to address this first because it's calling out to me, and I just want you to be aware, okay? Those of you that are in a love relationship, in a committed love relationship, there's a cheating spouse. There is a cheating spouse, and you're not going to be aware of this situation. So a little more discernment and a little more, I guess, investigation is in order for this month, okay? Those of you who are starting out a new relationship, there are going to be lies, and you're going to find out that the person you're dating is not all that they seem, and that they have a past history of bad behaviors, dishonesty, theft, cheating, lying. They have a history of that, okay? And those of you who are single, good for you, because then you don't have to deal with this, and you can enjoy Valentine's Day without this baggage. So good for you. As for like the overall general energy that I'm seeing, though, is I see this situation where, I feel like this is like energy that is going to play out this month. So this is not old energy. But I do feel that in the past, though, very recent past, because this is coming out very early in the reading. So I feel like in the recent past, you've had to deal with another disappointment and another betrayal. And I know that Saturn is in the sign of Sagittarius. So it's forcing the Sagittarians to grow up. It's forcing a lot of changes, a lot of disruption, and it's imposing itself on you very strongly. And Saturn is a very harsh teacher. So you end up in a situation where new information comes to light. Okay, and it is so crushing. The information is so crushing that you are completely destroyed. Your physical, emotional state of mind is just totally disrupted and destroyed. And you can't, I just want you to be honest with yourself and just know that whatever situation that the revelation brought about, whatever aspect of your life that it has affected, just know that it's good for you, in that is weeding out the riffraff from your life so that you don't go back to old situations that hurt you. Alright, so just know definitely coming in regarding that lover. And this is going to play out this month. And it's going to take every fiber of your being to rebuild your self-esteem and your confidence. So it not only is it crushing for your physical and mental well-being, it is also destroying your self-confidence. So I just feel that coming on very, very strongly, and I don't really know if it's the effect of Valentine's Day where people couple up with the wrong people, or if it's just Mercury in retrograde that is causing this. So there's just very potent cosmic energy at work here, and people need to be caught and confronted and called out, and people need it to be weeded out of your life just so that you can move on to better, safer environments, okay? And I know it's going to be very hard for you to recover from this, but just know there are others around you who can give you the emotional support during this time. You have a lot of abundance around you, financial, emotional, and just, there are a lot of people who care about you, who are always there for you when you need them. So likewise, in this situation, turn to them for support. And if you are dealing with, okay, so I'm going to read this then, not as another person, but as you, the Knight of Wands. And with the Knight of Wands in the reverse position like this, I just feel that you feel the injustice of this situation, and because of the injustice and the pain and the frustration and anger and the betrayal, all of those really negative emotions are causing you to behave in a way that is not true to yourself, okay? So you're basically countering fire with fire, and that's never conducive in any type of relationship in which you have to de-escalate or you have to like look past it and move on. So in this situation, you would be manifesting the negative signs of a fire sign, a Sagittarius. So for example, for instance, if we're looking at this cheating spouse situation, you feel like, oh, you feel like you're entitled to go out and cheat just to get them back. Please don't do that. Don't stoop to their level. If someone has been lying to you, you're going to feel like, okay, I don't need to take you seriously, so I'm going to, lie to you from now on. Don't even give them that time of day. Just cut them out of your life. You don't need to interact with them, and you especially don't need to resort to that type of behavior because you are a much better person than they are. So I just feel like it's the energy itself is so pervasive in that it's destroying the honesty, the goodness within you, and it's going to make it very difficult for you to get past it, first of all, and also to recover and to be whole again, just so you can like find somebody better. So I just feel like it's going to destroy you on such a profound level that you can't get back, well, at least this month anyways, you can't get back to this really nice freedom loving live and let live mentality that others find very attractive about you to begin with. So just really be careful about that. And as well, strength, honesty, patience, endurance, all of that is lacking because of these two people. So I just hope, like, these are energies that play out in the periphery, whereas this is just something else. So if that is the situation, then I just want you to be aware that if this is a minor energy, because they are coming out at the end, so I'm feeling like this might be something else that you're dealing with, like another situation, another court situation for some of you who have a court situation where the outcome is not really what you wanted and you hadn't counted on it. So that could play out this way, in that the court situation left you decimated, and then you're not there. Okay, you're not emotionally there, and then your spouse is looking elsewhere. I'm not saying this is ever your fault. Like a cheating spouse, they are adults, and they have the choice to actively choose whether or not to commit adultery and be being like unfaithful. So that's never the fault of the other spouse. People have free will and they choose to do the wrong things. That's on them. But I just wonder if this is a situation where um, you know, one thing leads to another, and it just escalates where you're not there for your partner and you're not aware of the situation. So be extremely like vigilant about the people that, for those of you in a relationship especially, be kind of vigilant about the people that you're dealing with, and make sure, you know, talk things out if they're rough. And I just feel that this is, you know, in the reverse position, this is like ongoing, this is an ongoing problem, not with the cheating, but like there is some type of like disconnect between you and a lover, you and a spouse, in which it's been dragged on. And you know, with Saturn in the sign of Sagittarius for the next, what, almost 3 years, I just feel like this is a situation that needed to end anyways. Okay, so the problems have been dragged on, and this is a situation that has run its course. It needed to end, but you have so much on your plate that you're letting it drag on, which is not a good thing. So on top of that, coupled with this energy that I'm feeling very strongly on the beginning of the month, and I'm just sorry for piling this on you, but it's just a very, very rough month. And your inner strength that you normally, your inner strength, your sense of humor, your optimistic outlook is going to be lacking this month to help you navigate the dangers and the problem. It's just inherent in this month. Okay, so that's going to be lacking. And I feel that, you know, for those of you who are involved in a court case, you have a very strong investment in the outcome, like a very positive outcome, and that's actually what you're hoping for. And you feel like it might be one of those slam dunk situations in which you've got the cat in the bag, but then at the very last minute there's this full circle turnaround, and that's why it's so swift and unexpected, and that's why it threw you off, but then you move on. So I'm hoping it's one of those, you know, short, swift defeat, and then you just move on past it, rather than this dragged out lover situation where it affects you on such a profound emotional level. Okay, so there are a lot of complex energies at play this month. So coupled with this, the Star card, and also the Ten of Cups. Okay, the Star card is a wish card. So if you've been wishing for that emotional fulfillment, you're going to realize through the getting through this month that the lover has not been completely honest. Okay. And then if you're looking for that, if you've been wishing for a certain outcome during this court case, is not going to pan out that way. And the only thing that you can rely on are like the family members. The family members are going to be extremely supportive. So if you can turn to that support system to get you through this month, okay? Additionally, if there has been a Libra and a Leo in your midst. Okay, well, let me just put the sign. So let's see. If there is an air sign in your midst, be extremely, extremely careful with them, okay? I don't think they're completely honest. If there is a Leo in your midst, they're not operating at their best. So be very careful of air signs and Leos in your midst. All right? I am very, very sorry for such a bummer reading, and this is just it's, you know, the Tower is the worst card in the deck, but I just feel you do have the proper support system in your home environment, excluding that lover. Okay, so this is like your family, your parents, your siblings, your relatives. These are blood relatives that are that you can rely on. Okay, so please like, subscribe, and share if this resonates with you in any way. And I don't really want to be a scaremonger and say this is going to play out exactly like this. And I'm hoping that I just feel this is a lot of bad luck that someone has to take. So please let me know how this plays out in your life, you know, and I hope none of this is playing out. I just hope this is like a fluke. I just hope this is, you know, just an error in the reading, but the energy is so prevalent, and the certain cards are falling in certain places where I don't know how to interpret other, like I don't know any other way to interpret other than what I'm seeing. But let me do this, okay? So I'm going to say like what you can do to basically navigate this month. Okay, and then just pull out more cards. Okay, one more. All right, so this is pretty good. So what I would advise is, if you are a male Sagittarius, rely on your male friends and do like guys night out. You know, the people that are around your age, do guys night out and just get your mind out of it. And you know, as well, talk to them about it. I don't know how guys talk about these things, but just find that distraction. Be around male friends, okay? If you, this is a friendship card as well, showing up in this situation. um okay, so the next advice is death. And this death, with death comes, you know, renewal. And with death comes basically like moving past the situation. So I would say, in order to avoid this mess, if that lover that you've been with, or that spouse, you know, cut them out of your life. If there are people in your life that are not operating at their best, take a break from them. If you really want to give them the benefit of the doubt, take a break from them. If not, just cut them out. And I know it was really hard for Sagittarius. Um, just because you really honor friendship and you honor honesty. But you know, when someone lies to you and they get caught, it's almost as if you need that proof in order to discredit their existence, you know. So just know that intuition enough for this month. If you're encountering the hardships, just, you know, minimize your contact with these unscrupulous people. Just know that intuition is enough to get you through this month, so that you can avoid this whole drama, okay? And then with the Ace of Pentacles, so this is interesting, the way it's playing out. If there's a new job opportunity, wait until the end of the month to work it out, okay? If there's a new money-making venture, or a new promise of like abundance, and I'm seeing this very strongly with the Empress situation. So let me just say this. This is a warning more for the female Sagittarius. And I don't know why. I'm just getting that energy very strongly from this Empress. This is more advice for the female Sagittarius. If you are starting a job, or, you know, if you're promised a job, or you're starting a job, or thinking about starting the job, there's going to be delays. And because of the financial delays, I feel that this might play out too. You're promised something, it hasn't come through, and you're like relying on it so heavily that it's causing this tower situation, okay? Or if you're in a love relationship with another with a man or a woman, or, you know, your partner. So this is general advice for female Sagittarius. Okay, so if you're in a relationship that promises financial security, that is very quickly not turning out the way it was promised, and it's going to be ripped from you. So just be aware of this. I don't know how to, you know, this is like